In May 2014, a sleek 40-foot racing yacht known as the Cheeky Rafiki set sail on what should have been a routine transatlantic voyage. Renowned in sailing circles for its performance and reliability, the vessel had just completed a successful season of competitive racing in the Caribbean. Following the festive Antigua sailing week, the yacht was tasked with returning to Southampton, UK, a familiar journey for its experienced crew. On board were 4 seasoned sailors: the youthful skipper Andrew Bridge, age 22, his fellow accomplished sailor James, age 23, and 2 veteran crew members, Steve Warren, 52, and Paul Goslin, 56, whose decades of maritime experience lent confidence to the voyage. With state-of-the-art navigation systems, up-to-date communication equipment, and a full complement of safety gear, the crew meticulously inspected the Cheeky Rafiki before embarking on the roughly 3,000-mile crossing of the North Atlantic. At first, the journey was smooth. Departing from the sun-soaked harbors of Antigua, the yacht glided over calm waters, and the crew maintained regular contact with their shore-based support. Their meticulous planning and the vessel's impressive engineering had earned them a reputation for excellence. However, as the yacht ventured into the mid-Atlantic, the weather began to shift unexpectedly. Dark clouds gathered, and the gentle sea soon transformed into a tumult of heavy swells and fierce winds. Towering waves crashed against the hull with increasing frequency, and relentless gusts tore at the sails. Though such conditions were not unusual for experienced sailors, they required constant vigilance and rapid decision-making to ensure the vessel's stability. For several days, the Cheeky Rafiki battled the elements. The crew worked in seamless unison, monitoring instruments and communicating with shore support, confident in their ability to navigate the unpredictable Atlantic. But on May 16th, disaster struck in a way that would leave their fate shrouded in mystery. As the storm intensified with no sign of relief, the yacht suddenly lost a critical component: its keel. The keel, a 40-foot structural element designed to provide balance and stability, had detached from the hull, a catastrophic failure that immediately destabilized the vessel. Without the keel, the yacht's balance was compromised, and water began to flood the interior with alarming speed. In the midst of chaos, the crew managed to send out a distress signal. Their final radio transmissions conveyed urgency and desperation. They reported that the yacht was taking on water rapidly and that they were attempting to deploy the life raft. Then silence fell. Despite the crew's valiant efforts, rescue teams arriving days later found only the overturned hull of the Cheeky Rafiki. The life raft was missing, a detail that sparked hope among rescuers that the sailors might have abandoned ship and survived, though their fate remained uncertain. Investigators later determined that the disaster was the result of long-term wear and inadequate maintenance. The keel bolts, which had been responsible for securing the vital keel to the yacht's hull, had gradually deteriorated over time. This wear, compounded by the harsh marine environment, eventually led to the catastrophic failure that caused the keel to detach. The loss of the keel not only doomed the vessel to sink, but also exposed a series of systemic oversights in the upkeep and inspection of racing yachts used in long voyages. In the aftermath of the tragedy, questions abounded within the sailing community. How could a vessel celebrated for its performance and reliability be allowed to fall into such disrepair? Critics pointed to the responsibilities of yacht owners and charter companies to maintain strict safety standards and conduct regular inspections of critical components. The incident also underscored the challenges inherent in search and rescue operations in the vast, unpredictable North Atlantic. With the ocean's sheer expanse and volatile weather conditions, timely recovery efforts are notoriously difficult, and in this case, the absence of a properly mounted emergency beacon on the Cheeky Rafiki further complicated the rescue operation. The vessel's emergency position indicating radio beacon, EPIRB, had been improperly installed within the hull, rendering it ineffective when it was needed most. The disappearance of the Cheeky Rafiki and its crew sent shockwaves through maritime circles. Memorials were held by the families of the lost sailors, and advocacy groups sprang into action, calling for stricter regulations and improved safety protocols. The incident became a rallying point for those who believed that the lessons learned from this tragedy must lead to tangible changes in the industry. New safety regulations were proposed, including more rigorous inspections of keel bolts and mandatory certifications for the maintenance of critical components. Additionally, there was a push for enhanced training for skippers and crew members, ensuring that every sailor would be equipped to handle not only the unpredictable forces of nature, but also the subtle warning signs of structural fatigue. In the months following the disaster, the story of the Cheeky Rafiki served as both a cautionary tale and an impetus for change. Maritime safety organizations around the world scrutinized the incident, comparing it to other high-profile cases of vessel failure. The investigation revealed that while the design of the yacht was sound, the failure lay in the details, specifically in the long-term neglect of maintenance protocols. The tragedy highlighted a fundamental truth of ocean travel, that even the most technologically advanced vessels require constant care and oversight, especially when plying the treacherous waters of the open sea. For the sailing community, the incident was deeply personal. Sailors, both amateur and professional, reflected on their own practices and the importance of vigilance in every aspect of vessel maintenance. Forums, conferences, and workshops dedicated to maritime safety were filled with heated discussions about how best to prevent such a disaster from recurring. The Cheeky Rafiki had become more than just a lost yacht. It had become a symbol of both the beauty and brutality of the sea, a reminder that even a vessel celebrated for its speed and reliability could be undone by the quiet, persistent forces of neglect. While rescue teams had never definitively confirmed the fate of the crew, hope lingered among their families and supporters that some might have survived the initial catastrophe. The mystery surrounding their disappearance has since become a subject of ongoing debate. Some argue that the crew, recognizing the imminent danger of a sinking ship, may have managed to evacuate in the missing life raft and set off into the vast ocean, only to be lost in the unforgiving expanse. Others contend that the severity of the structural failure left no chance for survival, condemning the crew to a tragic fate beneath the waves. Whatever the truth, the legacy of the Cheeky Rafiki endures in the lessons it has imparted. In the wake of the tragedy, industry leaders and regulators have come together to advocate for improved safety measures. Yacht manufacturers are now re-examining design standards, and maintenance protocols have been overhauled to ensure that every bolt and fixture is inspected with meticulous care. New technologies, including real-time structural monitoring systems and advanced predictive maintenance software, are being developed to alert crews and owners to potential issues long before they reach a critical stage. The hope is that through these measures, the memory of the Cheeky Rafiki will spur lasting improvements in maritime safety and prevent similar disasters in the future. The story of the Cheeky Rafiki is also a poignant reminder of the unpredictable nature of the sea. The North Atlantic, with its vast, churning waters and capricious weather, has claimed countless vessels over the centuries. Even the most experienced sailors must constantly contend with forces that are both awe-inspiring and merciless. In the case of the Cheeky Rafiki, the elements conspired with human oversight to create a perfect storm of disaster, a calamity that would forever change the way sailors approach vessel maintenance and safety. As time passes, the memory of the Cheeky Rafiki continues to resonate within the sailing world. Memorials in honor of the lost crew are held annually, and families of the crew members have established foundations dedicated to improving maritime safety. These initiatives aim to support research into the causes of structural failures and to promote the adoption of best practices in yacht maintenance. For many, the tragedy serves as a somber reminder that the sea is a realm of both beauty and danger, where every journey is a delicate balance between human ingenuity and the raw, unyielding power of nature. The Cheeky Rafiki's story, though marked by loss and mystery, has ultimately become a catalyst for change, a turning point that has led to significant advancements in maritime safety protocols and a renewed commitment to preserving life at sea. Sailors, regulators, and engineers alike now work with a heightened awareness of the need for constant vigilance. The lessons learned from this disaster have paved the way for a future where safety is paramount, and where every voyage, no matter how routine, is approached with the respect that the ocean demands. In the end, the disappearance of the Cheeky Rafiki is more than just a maritime mystery. It is a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of the human spirit. While the fate of its crew remains shrouded in uncertainty, their legacy lives on in the improved standards and technologies that now help safeguard every vessel that dares to traverse the unpredictable North Atlantic. The Cheeky Rafiki will forever serve as a reminder that even in the world of advanced engineering and skilled seafaring, nature holds the ultimate power, and that every sailor must be prepared to respect its might.